Hmm? What the? Well, what in Equestria is that supposed to mean? Oh, I get it. Well, after Bloom and Gloom, obviously my expectations were high in this episode. Especially since we never had a Rainbow Dash episode shown in a light where she is showing her much more sensitive side. Though I don't really think this episode was really good at doing that. Winter is coming to Ponyville, and Rainbow Dash has an entire winter of fun planned for Tank the Tortoise and her. But Tank is sleepier than usual because, oh no, it's time for hibernation! So let's start with the good writing. The comedy was really great for this episode, but they did sometimes come off as out of place. There was some great references going from the pigeons from the Animaniacs cartoon to many pipe gags. I like that they actually used Spike in a way that would be very in character for him, not being the butt of the joke. The lesson by itself is very good for those who are having to let go, whether it be a friend or a family member or even a pet. It's hard to let go of a pet for a long time or even forever, but as a pet owner, you have to do what's best for that pet, even if you don't really like to think about it. But a lot of the good is shadowed by a lot of the bad. All of the characters that you really need, other than Rainbow Dash for this episode, is Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Twilight, and Applejack. Personally, I find that Twilight and Applejack are the most out of character other than Rainbow Dash. Twilight could have given insight about her own experience with letting Spike go to his quest for dragons. Applejack has shown to be much more supportive when it comes to friends and family, so she should have been able to comfort Rainbow Dash much better. Rarity felt like she was just there to fulfill a joke, which Pinkie Pie was doing just fine by herself throughout the episode. Though some might say that Fluttershy is completely out of character in this episode, I actually find that this episode showed a grand progression of her character. She's been shown to be harsh at times, and that harshness can be seen as rude, but it's a form of tough love, really. Although a lot of this characterization has to do with the denial that Rainbow is feeling, that doesn't excuse the double Rainboom amounts of out of character. Yeah, she has a reason for this, and a lot of the jokes come from the winter lab scene, but I think it would have been far better if Rainbow had known that what she was doing was going too far, and then the chaos became an accident. Once again, there is no consequence for Rainbow's actions, which is something that has been a continuity problem in the show until Princess Celestia arrived in Lesson 0. The writers could have given Mare some action, something, but we don't get that. Dr. Wolf made some good points about how Rainbow Dash is going through the 5 stages of grief, but that is no excuse for the extremes that we saw here in Tanks for the Memories. Was this a nice concept for us to look at the acceptance of death? Yes. Was the writing a good way to get from point A to point B? Not really. The song in this episode was meh. The thought of it was nice and the lyrics were okay, but I found myself underwhelmed by the song overall. It just seems so generic in comparison to the other songs in this season. Usually, the songs from Rainbow Dash are consistently a lot of soft rock and guitar riffs, which is saddening because I usually look forward to Rainbow Dash's songs the most because of how great they are. Visually speaking, the episode was really intriguing. We get the running of the leaves, which I would question why Dash is not in the crowd. New facial expressions and pony designs were really nice to see, as well as the visual gags. The shading is also really great as ever, and the cleaning up of Autumn was really nice. Also, am I the only one that thought those PJs were so cute? I mean, look at them! They have matching slippers of each other! How cute is that? Overall, I can see why M.A. Larson apologized for this episode. It's not very good. That doesn't mean that it's the worst episode ever. In fact, I can say a few episodes that are worse than this and deserve an entire public apology about how bad they were. I would still watch this episode purely for the gags, otherwise I'm not too crazy about this one. This has been your future evil overlord, Crimson Glow, and thanks for the memories. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Bye. I'm mostly sad because you're not sad! What? Me? What about Applejack? Applejack cries on the inside, Twilight! It's true.
Hey everypony, Crimson Glow here, and I want to know what you think of this episode in the comments below. Maybe you're on the Dr. Wolf and Firebrand side of the world and like this episode. Maybe you're on mine and Manga Common side of the road and don't like this episode. Maybe you really just don't care, but I won't know unless you comment, like, or dislike this video, or maybe even subscribble if you haven't already. This has been Crimson Glow, and I'll see you next time.